This video wasn't originally going to be about getting mad or irritated. I originally planned to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! But because of some recent events, I decided that I should talk about this instead. We've all been mad, upset, or irritated at some point in our lives, and you can't say that to this day we as humans don't get mad or irritated. People I talk to when the discussion of driving comes around, road rage is the main thing that usually comes up in that conversation. We as a species are just filled with emotions. You always hear about how love is so strong. Well, sometimes we forget that anger is also just as strong of an emotion. Now, I'm not going to be talking about burnout, because burnout is universal. That's usually something that everyone struggles with at one point, and the experience of burnout usually ends the same. I'm talking about things that, personally, makes you angry. Everyone usually has their own kick of things that makes them angry. People who chew with their mouths open is an example of something that makes me very annoyed. That crosses the border of angry. I was thinking about sharing some kind of experience or story that involves me getting angry, but I can't think of anything. And that's probably because, and in recent memories, aren't very interesting because I don't stay mad for very long. Here's the thing. I have ADHD. For those of you who don't know what that is, ADHD stands for Attention Deficient Hyperactive Disorder. I'm not going to explain it all. The categories of effects of ADHD falls into mood, behavior, and cognitive. I'm not going to read over all the lists, but after looking at this list, I found out that in behavior, aggression is effect, and in mood, anger is an effect. Looking at this list fascinated me. I mean, I know not everyone who has ADHD are the same, and they don't experience the same effects, but I still thought this was interesting. Aggression and anger are the effects I have the least, though. I rarely get angry with anything, but that doesn't mean I don't get angry. There will be some times when something happens that triggers me, but those are just small things, nothing seriously angry. I think on the list, the ones I take most effect from are difficult focusing, boredom, and anxiety. Anxiety is actually on the it's actually on the list. Well, looks like I'm never growing out of being paranoid of eyes looking at me when I use the bathroom. Anyways, there are two perspectives of being angry and irritated. Your perspective being you're the one seeing someone else angry. What? There are two perspectives of anger and irritation. Your perspective being the one who's seeing someone else angry, and the perspective of everyone else around you being you're the one who's angry. Obviously, it's not fun being yelled at by an angry person. If you see someone angry, you usually try to help them or ignore them, not saying which option is better. Usually there's not much you can do in that situation. You just have to wait until the person calms down. Have you ever heard the quote, laughter is the best medicine? Just like having a positive attitude while talking to people can make them a little bit more positive and happy, the same can be said for being angry, especially with friends. Sometimes they're just trying to help you when you're angry, but you just keep throwing out angry words at them, which makes them angry and irritated. And of course, if you've ever been on the other side of that situation, you're trying to help a friend who's angry, but they keep attacking you, which makes you start getting frustrated, which in the end leads you to being angry. Sometimes the problems aren't with your friends. Maybe you're angry because of something that's not related to your friends, just life stuff that happens to you that makes you angry, but when you talk to your friends, you attack them. Not purposefully, but purely out of rage. If you're ever in that situation, if you're ever the one who's angry, either don't talk to them and wait to cool down so you don't accidentally attack them, or don't talk to them and wait to cool down. Or if you're the one trying to help your friend calm down from being angry, talk to them if you can, try to help them, and if it is possible, then help them. But if that doesn't work, the best thing you can do is just leaving them alone until they calm down. Like I said, there really isn't much you can do in that situation. Okay. So, what I just talked about was describing mainly how the effects of being angry can affect others in situations. Now I'm finished talking about the serious side of being angry. I actually want to talk about the other side of being angry. You might be asking, what other side of being angry? I think this image best describes what I'm about to talk about. There are things like this out there, and after thinking about it, is weird. Things like this are meant to be entertaining, and obviously if it's just for fun and no harm is meant to be done, then it's cool. There are things like rage compilations that people enjoy watching. I actually haven't seen much, but I think they're funny too. Something important to remember, there are serious times with being angry, and there are joking times with being angry. If you start making fun of people because you think it's funny, but the person you made the joke about doesn't like it and is hurt by it, that can lead to the other person being angry. So just remember, if you're joking around, as long as the person you're joking around with is cool with making fun of each other and no harm is meant to be done, then it's cool. Just keep in mind, oh, hear that crack. Just keep in mind, sometimes you can't joke around about serious situations involving being angry. To wrap up my thoughts about being angry and irritated, I'm going to leave you with this. If you ever accidentally hurt someone because of the things you said when you were angry, later when you calm down, talk to the person that you hurt. Apologize. If you were being angry because of something else, tell them that. Sometimes the people you hurt accidentally, if they don't know what's happening with you, they might think that it's their fault. If you're ever angry, wait, what? If you were ever angry because of your friend, well, that's a discussion for another time. This video was just to say what was on my mind about being angry. With that being said, I said everything I wanted to say on this topic. Oh, yeah, if you're new to this channel, you should know that this is my second channel. I'll leave a link in the description to my main channel, but if you're the type of person who likes listening to this kind of content, then you probably don't care about listening to music on my main channel. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in a week with the video talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!, the topic I meant to talk about this week. So, until then, later!